No act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. A crust eaten in peace is better than a banquet partaken in anxiety. Slow but steady wins the race. Every truth has two sides, it is as well to look at both, before we commit ourselves to either. Beware lest you lose the substance by grasping at the shadow. Do not count your chickens before they are hatched. The unhappy derive comfort from the misfortunes of others. Injuries may be forgiven, but not forgotten. Persuasion is often more effectual than force. Familiarity breeds contempt. Don't let your special character and values, the secret that you know and no one else does, the truth, don't let that get swallowed up by the great chewing complacency. A doubtful friend is worse than a certain enemy. Let a man be one thing or the other, and we then know how to meet him. Any excuse will serve a tyrant. Men often applaud an imitation and hiss the real thing. We should look to the mind, and not to the outward appearance. Put your shoulder to the wheel. The gods help them that help themselves. We hang the petty thieves and appoint the great ones to public office. After all is said and done, more is said than done. Appearances are often deceiving. Adventure is worthwhile. It is easy to be brave from a safe distance. Be content with your lot, one cannot be first in everything. The smaller the mind, the greater the conceit. The little reed, bending to the force of the wind, soon stood upright again when the storm had passed over. It is thrifty to prepare today for the wants of tomorrow. We would often be sorry if our wishes were gratified. It is not only fine feathers that make fine birds. He that is discontented in one place will seldom be happy in another. Please all, and you will please none. If you allow men to use you for your own purposes, they will use you for theirs. People often grudge others what they cannot enjoy themselves. He that always gives way to others will end in having no principles of his own. Our insignificance is often the cause of our safety. The injuries we do and those we suffer are seldom weighed in the same scales. It is in vain to expect our prayers to be heard, if we do not strive as well as pray. A liar will not be believed, even when he speaks the truth. United we stand, divided we fall. The level of our success is limited only by our imagination, and no act of kindness, however small, is ever wasted. Gratitude is the sign of noble souls. Beware that you do not lose the substance by grasping at the shadow. It is with our passions as it is with fire and water, they are good servants, but bad masters. Example is the best precept. We often give our enemies the means for our own destruction. Destroy the seed of evil, or it will grow up to your ruin. Outside show is a poor substitute for inner worth. Self-conceit may lead to self-destruction. Better be wise by the misfortunes of others than by your own. Never trust the advice of a man in difficulties. Plotting wins the race. Affairs are easier of entrance than of exit, and it is but common prudence to see our way out before we venture in.